5 non-edited, authentic videos will destroy 2 perfectly edited professional shot videos every day, every single time. If you're happy posting polished, perfectly edited property tours that nobody watches, well then click off right now, because the next few minutes are for real estate agents who are done playing it safe. If you're not interested in getting more leads, more listings, and more subscribers by doing less than you're doing right now, then this probably isn't for you. But if that sounds like something you want, stick around, because what I'm about to share completely changed how I run my YouTube channel. And before we get into it, if you're a real estate agent who wants to turn YouTube into your #1 lead source, hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss what's coming next. This is the real estate YouTube strategy nobody's talking about. YouTube does what's called semantic listening. So this is new, January 13th, YouTube changed their algorithm for the first time since 2013. Now YouTube has 2 algorithms. Both of them are Gemini, they're AI. And one is doing just shorts and one is doing just long form. So I don't care what you've heard, I don't care what people have told you, I'm gonna give you the facts right now. Shorts do not hurt your long form content, and long form does not hurt your shorts form content. The 2 can just benefit each other, they cannot hurt each other. So the more shorts you do, the more people come to your channel, the more people end up watching your long form, the more subscribers you get. You do not need a separate channel for shorts and long form. I don't know what idiot said that originally, it's just completely wrong, and YouTube will tell you that. Think about it, YouTube's in the business of beating TikTok and beating Instagram. They would never punish you for posting shorts. They want you to post shorts, okay? YouTube does not punish you for doing promotions. The more you promote the YouTube, the more YouTube's gonna push you out. YouTube's in the business, they're owned by Google, and they're in the business of making money. And if you're running promotions, you're making money for them. They're gonna push you further out. So you do not have to say, I get people that say, I'm doing this little channel over here and running promotions on it. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard, right? So YouTube will punish you, the videos, for doing short videos on long form content. So you can do, you boost it out on Instagram. You can do the same thing in YouTube. If you go to the YouTube studio, go to content, go to promotion. I can do a promotion for subscribers or for video views or for website clicks. And it just, all YouTube does is, when you guys log into your YouTube and then YouTube shows you a bunch of videos, YouTube puts your video there for anybody that's watched videos like yours. Or have you ever watched a video and at the end of the video it says, we suggest this video next? YouTube puts your video there, that's a promotion, right? Or in various other areas, YouTube will put your video up. And so they don't say, it doesn't say ad, so they don't know it's a promotion. Nobody knows that they're doing it, but I'll give you a great example. If you're running a channel here, and at the end of your channel, you put up an end screen and you don't say, thanks for watching, because that's stupid, sorry. You say, if you like this, go watch this video, and you give it the next video to watch, YouTube will play your next video. But if you say, goodbye for now, and you let it in, YouTube's gonna suggest the next video. And on your channel, it's probably gonna suggest mine.
So if you don't put an end screen on, which I always like, it'll just go to something.
It'll go to something and it won't be your video.
Be yours.
So you can say, you suggest you to just show a link?
Yeah, so in an end screen, you can have 1, 2, or 3 videos that you're suggesting. So hey, if you like this video, go watch this one. Or you really need some video I did last week, I'm gonna put it right here for you. And love for you to hit that subscribe button. By the way, leave us a comment. YouTube loves it when you leave comments, and we answer every comment. Love talking to you guys, so please leave us a comment. I love asking people stuff like that because people want to help you historically. But if you don't do that, if you just say thanks for watching, like the old Bugs Bunny and Roadrunner, thanks for watching, bye-bye for now, right? Then they're going to leave it. And YouTube's going to punish you. Always promote something. So back to semantic listening, you guys, YouTube listens to what you say now. The first thing YouTube does is transcribe your video. And what you say is now more important than what you write in your title and your description. And it will say, did what they say match the title and description? So now YouTube's gonna be like, the title is like, and the thumbnail is, don't buy these, shock and awe, and the video, you're like, this is how amazing combo is, right? YouTube's gonna be like, yeah, no, we're not pushing your video. So don't worry, it can figure out what you're doing. But worry because it can figure out what you're doing. So say what you want, what you mean, and then put that in the title and put that in the description. So if you're doing a Cabo property tour, and I'm walking into Cabo, hey guys, welcome to another amazing Cabo San Lucas property tour. If you're thinking about buying real estate in Cabo, or if you're looking for the best realtor in Cabo, I'd love to apply to that position. So now I just use Cabo San Lucas property tour, best real estate agent, Cabo San Lucas real estate, put all of those keywords in my first 30 seconds. Oh, by the way, when you see the kitchen in this house, you're going to absolutely die if you're a chef because it's the best entertaining kitchen I've ever seen. Now I feel good. Let's go. We're off. Think about it 3 times, it turns around and we're off. Now, some people asked me earlier, I think it was John, if I was shooting this property and I was out in the dirt, am I going to show the neighborhood first? No. But if I'm in Palmilla, am I going to show the neighborhood first? I might even give you a tour of the neighborhood in the clubhouse before I start. Or I might say in the video, here's the street, it's a beautiful street, it's wonderful, some really fun neighbors, I met them all. Let's go watch the house. Oh, by the way, I'm going to give you a tour of the clubhouse today. You're not going to want to miss that. So I'm going to keep them in my video. Because they're like, oh, I want to see the clubhouse. Oh, and I'm going to show you the private beach. Whatever it is. So remember, what you say matters. And what you say throughout the video matters. In the old days, when we were doing Google SEO, I'll give you guys some insight. The last Google algorithm that Google released was in 2001, and it was called Penguin. And prior to that, I had read every year I read a book on the Google algorithm, so I was a master of the algorithm. In 2002, they stopped releasing the algorithm. So everything that anybody tells you today is guessing. Nobody knows. So I will tell you what I think, but I tell you what I think based on us testing it on hundreds of channels. So if you look at my channels, if you go to my coaching channel at Aaron Chua, and you go videos oldest, you're gonna be like, there were no videos for the first year. There were 2 videos and then nothing for an entire year. If you go to the shorts, there was some short every single day. So for an entire year, I ran a channel with just shorts, just to see what I could do, just to test. In that same year, I ran a channel on Van Life, which is my little travel channel, on just long form, no shorts for a year, just to see what I could do. And then that same year, I ran a channel that was all shorts and did long form to see what I could do. So all I'm doing constantly with all of you guys and with everybody that I coach is testing and keeping track. And I can show you a dashboard where we keep track of everything. So when I tell you to do something, what I'm telling you, is it exactly what the Google algorithm is looking for? No, it's the best thing that we know that the Google algorithm is looking for. He's no longer a client. None of the 3 are clients anymore, but they're all still good friends. We're shooting 3 property tours a week. And then, well, he started shooting 3 talking heads a week, so his growth was super, super slow. Some people don't listen, right? But eventually he realized that he got to shoot property tours because people were going by and there were only one. And I think today, 3 years later, he's at about 40,000. And doing a lot of property tours now. And then the 5th guy was doing a property tour every day, 5 property tours a week. And has, I think for the first 2.5 years now, he does 3 because he's so busy, he doesn't need to do 5 anymore. 260,000 subscribers, I think he has 28 that's working for him, just from YouTube. And it's the lowest quality. No editing. Like I said, no editing. And I think it was just over 5 million GCI from YouTube last year. And the only difference was 5 videos instead of 3 or 1. And all property tours. So it's pretty simple. By the way, he shot 1 day every 2 weeks. So 1 day every 2 weeks, he went and shot 10 tours. Rachel Smith was here. You guys knew. I watched a video with her the other day. She doesn't do any editing. Crystal clear. She's at 220,000 subscribers or something like that. I gave her a ton of grief because she's shooting this little tour in Big Bear, California, 17,000 people. And she's like, here's the street, here's this, and let's go in the house. And she goes to the house and she goes to put the key in and she has the wrong key. She hadn't opened the door, she hadn't checked the house out. There could be somebody in there sleeping, she doesn't know, right? She didn't do anything. So she finally gets the key and she walks in and it's dark and she can't find a light switch. And she's not editing, you guys. She's not doing any editing. She just keeps shooting and she's giggling and laughing and she turns the camera on herself and she's got a giant orange hoop earrings that look like orange slices. She's like, isn't this funny? You know? And she turns back around and she just gives the tour. And I called her and I'm like, do you really not open the house up and turn on the lights first? And she's like, no, my little girls were in the car and I only had about 10 minutes. I'm like, but it was a 12-minute video. She goes, yeah, I did that.
But you have that purpose.
She just went, did it, closed it
So
up.
will you recommend a better, more edition, the cheapest the video looks like? I mean, what do you think is better?
I will
More edition?
pull up a computer today and I'll show you guys one of her videos. And if everybody in here doesn't say, oh my God, that's awesome, I'll be shocked. Because she is so authentic
Yeah.
that everybody loves her.
Yeah.
By the way, the guy who owns this house, when we were talking to him about doing this, I gave him a list of the agents that I was going to bring, and he says, he gets on a chat with us like, "You're bringing Rachel Smith?" And I said, "Yeah." And he's like, "That's the biggest agent in California." And I'm like, "No, she's the biggest agent in Big Bear. She's not even close to the biggest agent in California." But the guy that owns this house lives in Big Bear. Now, I didn't know it at the time, but he was like, "Oh my God, we watch everything she does."
Okay.
In Cabo, right? So,
Well, even when Nick started working with the dealer, a lot of people were excited. Big phones coming in.
Nick Paul coming to those bills, right?
Are you having a coffee with Nick Paul?
He's
Okay,
fixed,
yeah.
Look at you guys do them as rough as hers. 5 non-edited, authentic videos will destroy 2 perfectly edited, professionally shot videos. Every day, every single time. I have clients that are shooting multi-million-dollar houses and they're professionally edited videos, 5, 10, 15 minutes, but they're so fake that people don't like them. If you have a client that's like, "Oh, today we're gonna do this," I'm like, "This is not the days of our lives. I'm not an actress." And when she's normal, when I'm talking to her, she's like, "Oh, I'm doing this." I'm like, "Just do that, please." And then so for 2 years she did this, and we got nowhere, and then for the last 6 months she's just been doing normal, and she's at 10,000 subscribers. So it just takes some time for people. If you guys are shooting a house like this, and it's your listing, bring in a video on. Make it right, because the client expects that. The clientele that's buying a $3 million house probably wants something a little bit more polished. But if you're shooting under 1.5 million, shoot yourself, do some quick edits in Descript, and we'll talk about that a little bit, and then post it. Right? Just post it. Because the video that you guys post, and then the video that we make a bunch of shorts and post on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and LinkedIn, wherever, is going to outperform the video you never posted by 1,000x. So that's a great question, right? I want all of you guys to be in the videos. You should all be in your videos. But do you have to be in your videos? No. Once again, you're going to watch AI videos where I'm not in them. I'll be doing plenty of videos where I'm in them. We're going to shoot a bunch of stuff this week, right? But if you're in them, great. If you're not, great. I think being in them is better. I don't think you should be in them the whole time. Listen, here's what most people will do on a property tour. And we're going to talk about this because this is a workshop. You guys do realize that, right? We're going to actually do some shooting today. So the goal is to break up with some of my team and to have you guys shoot some video today. Perfect.
So question, I've been accused of this from my significant other. She really doesn't like it when I do this, but I'm raw and real. And so I just turn the phone like this, I start it, and I'm just my jovial, outgoing, extroverted self.
Yeah.
And then I'll flip the phone around like this, and I'm just doing this, and I'll jump back and inject and do this, and jump in and do that. That raw is cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And people will love it.
Okay.
And not only that, talk to other people in the room. Talk to other people in the room. Right? I have a guy who's amazing on video, Sean Zuboy. You're watching these people about it. And he was a little buttoned up on his videos, but his videographer is really funny and I know him. I'm like, "Talk to your videographer on the tour." She's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Oh yeah." Oh yeah. So they started talking on the tours and like all of a sudden 100 comments. They're like, "Oh, I love it when you're talking to the videographer." He's like, "Bro, this works." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." Look at that little DJI Osmo Pocket that he has right there in his hand. If you hit the button 3 times, you see what it does?
Yeah.
Spins around. It's a really cool little. So a little Osmo Pocket, you hit 3 times, and the camera goes like this. And then you hit 3 times, and the camera swings back around like that. So I'm walking around with that. "Hey guys, today we're doing oh, check this out." Boom, boom. I hit 3 times, and it just turns around, and we're going. Right? And that's the coolest little machine I've ever owned. It's 4-axis stabilized. You can do things with that. Look, I can take that Osmo Pocket, or even this little blue thing that's connected to that Osmo Pocket, and I can shoot a video in the pool. I've got a really nice, very expensive Sony with a Ronin with all the stuff. I can't take that to the pool. I can't take that out onto the beach and into the water. This little guy, I can take it everywhere, and it's no big deal. Right? I'm not going to dunk it, but all of a sudden I can do stuff that I can't do with a giant camera. But it works perfect on your phone on the stick or your phone on a little DJI Osmo mobile. That works perfect too. I think this is easier because it's tiny and I don't have to balance my phone. We're going to teach you some tricks on that right now. Let's jump to it. So let's talk about property tours and video editing. First of all, we talked about this. Being authentic is going to sell you. People are going to love you. People are going to be the people like themselves. So the more authentic you are, the more people will like you, right? Secondly, editing, if you use an editor like Descript, or if you're using CapCut or any of these AI editors, I don't know if anybody here used Descript before. Raise your hand if you've used Descript. Okay, so here's how Descript works for all the rest of you guys. I load a video into Descript. If I'm shooting in studio, I shoot directly from Descript because it's super, super easy. But if I'm shooting here, the first thing I do get home and I put in Descript. And the first thing Descript does is create all of my captions for me. All right? So here's where all of us fail because none of us are great editors, I'm guessing. With Descript, I can highlight any sentence and press delete and it edits the video.
Oh,
All right, so I want you guys hear that.
Yes.
When I'm shooting with this Osmo Pocket and I know I'm going to put in Descript, and I don't shoot 10 shots. I shoot one shot. So I'm shooting, I'm like, Aaron, that was stupid. Take that out, please. And then I just keep going. Right? And then when I watch it and I read the captions and I go, or I say, Aaron, that was stupid. And right before that, I just highlight it and press delete and the video has been edited perfectly. Let's say this portion was like low, I just go below, delete, and that's gone. Edit it from the video and you can't see it.
And this is an app called Descript.
It's an online, it's not an app, it's online on your computer, Descript. So they don't have an app yet.
What is it called?
Descript, Descript. Descript. It is my favorite editing tool by far. You can also edit a timeline, you can also edit the audio. I'll give you guys some other great things that Descript does. I can build Descript, fix my eye contact, and it will center my eyes on the camera for the entire video. So if I'm reading a script or I'm looking away, it's going to center my eyes. I can say, AI, fix the ums and ahs, and all the ums and ahs are gone instantaneously. And edit it. So it's not just it's not that you don't see me going, it's gone. So Descript is really simple, but it fixes your everybody's editing problem for the most part. It takes away your excuses because the next excuse that I get is I don't have anybody to do my editing. Right? Once again, if you're shooting a $5 million house, then use a videographer and an editor. If you're shooting not that, if you're in studio, do it yourself. Just create, go, post. Create, go, post. Or don't edit at all. You want to see if people really love you? Look at the camera and say, that was stupid, let me start this again. And I keep going and then post that. And people are like, oh my God, that was so cool when you said that. I do that. And they'll just love you for it, you guys. So they just want to see the real thing. Me, the only bad part about Descript for me is that I usually like to cut and keep my bloopers to show later, and it doesn't. I delete it and it's gone, right? I guess I could go back in time and cut it. But posting a blooper reel is probably one of the best things we do.
If you made it this far, you already know more about real estate YouTube strategy than 90% of agents out there. But honestly, we're just getting started. Part 2 is coming and it goes even deeper. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it when it drops. And drop a comment below. Tell me how many property tours you're posting. A week right now. I read every single one. See you in part 2.